Hello, wonderful humans. Welcome back to the Bliss Bean. Just in case you're new here and you're wondering why I don't seem to have a full-time job or go to school or be doing anything with my life, that is because I am 19 years old and currently on a gap year between high school and college. I've done a couple of videos on my gap year, how I planned it, how I packed for it, what it was actually like, but I want to emphasize that even though a lot of my gap year videos are travel related, travel was not the only reason that I took a gap year. Actually, I would say that initially I did think of it as a travel gap year, and I actually envisioned myself traveling for a full year, but as I progressed through it, I realized that one, I don't really have the kind of stamina to be traveling for a full year, and neither do I particularly want to be traveling for a full year, and two, there's no reason for me to label this as any kind of a specific gap year because all of the experiences that I've been having on it so far have all been really valuable, whether they've taken place abroad in Spain and Portugal or right here in my room where I spend literally 90% of my time. So when the Gap Year Association reached out to me to ask if I wanted to be an ambassador for their Gap Year Exploration Month, I was like, heck to the yes. And as I was thinking about what kind of video I wanted to make, I really wanted to highlight that how you spend a gap year is totally up to you. There are so many options and subsequently a lot to be gained from taking a year off of school before college. So without further ado, even though I'm really only like halfway through my gap year so far, here are 6 reasons why I'm really glad that I made this decision. Number 1, it made me excited about college. Now, during senior year of high school, sure, I was excited about college, but I was also feeling really drained from high school, especially junior and senior year. So did the idea of coming back for another year of classes and pointless homework and extracurriculars and sleep deprivation particularly excite me? No, not really. Now though, after taking some time off and seeing my friends go through their own experiences, I am genuinely so hyped for college. Not just the college experience and meeting new people and whatever, but even just like learning. I miss learning at school. And I think it's better to go into the college experience feeling pure excitement and curiosity rather than just like blasting full speed ahead straight from high school into college and not taking any sort of a breather between the 2 chapters of your academic life. Number 2, taking a gap year gave me some practice with being away from my family, just being on my own in general. I'm not certain yet where I will be going to college, but it's very possible that I might live very far away from my family and everything I know here in Madison. And the trip that I took to Europe for 2 months was like that, but with training wheels. This was me the first night of my workaway in Spain, crying because I miss my family so much, and I just had no idea how I would get through multiple months of being away from home. But then this was me the rest of the trip. Obviously, I still missed my family and I was excited to go home, but I learned that I could get by on my own and take care of myself. Even when I got sick and I had to figure out how to get medical care in a foreign country all by myself, like it was stressful and it sucked, but afterwards I was like, wow, like I'm really a seasoned pro traveler now, aren't I? And so now that I've survived those 2 months and possibly more traveling this spring, I just feel really ready for what's to come. Number 3, taking a gap year made college applications less stressful and introduced me to new options. So when you take a gap year, you can either apply to colleges during your senior year and then defer your acceptance. I'm pretty sure most of them allow that, but don't take my word for it. Or you can wait and you can apply for colleges during your gap year. Both of these choices really are perfectly fine, but to me personally, it felt like, wouldn't it make more sense to do this after I've had some experiences in my life that might potentially change what I want to study, where I want to live, etc., etc. And wouldn't it make more sense to go through the college applications process when I have more free time and don't have to worry about my high school classes? As an example, one door that opened for me because I took a gap year was that while I was in Spain, I met this American student who was studying at an American university in Madrid, and I was really intrigued by that, so I was like, might as well send them my Common App, and lo and behold, I might be moving to Madrid in the fall, and that's crazy. Like, you never know what you will discover if you give yourself a bit more time to explore more options. Number 4, I had experience growing a photography business. So for the past 2 years, I've been doing freelance photography work part-time, and taking time off school allowed me to take on more clients and really just focus more on this little business of mine, which was valuable, obviously number one because of the money, but also number two because it taught me so much. For one, my work improved immensely, but beyond just the quality of my photos, I had to learn how to start a business and manage clients and develop a workflow and stay organized. One of my most popular videos is the one about my photography business, and it wasn't until I made that I realized just how many little bits of knowledge I've picked up along the way of doing this. So I'm not sure if I want to be a professional photographer in the future, but the photography skills really come in handy for vlogging, and then the business and organizational skills will definitely apply to pretty much anything that I end up doing. Number 5, high five, was that I was able to develop this blog and YouTube channel. Again, just like with photography, YouTube was something that I did do during the school year, but taking some time off from school just allowed me to invest more time into it, into really planning out and making high quality videos and trying to figure out what I ultimately wanted to accomplish with this YouTube channel, because I feel like during the school year I was so pressed for time that it was just like, oh, it's another week, gotta grind out another video. And then again, maybe I won't be a photographer in the future. Maybe I'll eventually stop making YouTube videos. But I know that my passion lies in the field of media, so whatever career path I end up choosing, the skills that I'm picking up now will most definitely carry over. Finally, number 6 is that taking a gap year is a great resume booster. A lot of people worry that teens who take a gap year won't want to come back to school, they'll seem lazy in the eyes of college admissions officers, and that literally doesn't make any sense. First of all, as I said, I'm way more excited to go to college now, and 2, all of these experiences that I have under my belt now will be perfect topics to bring up in job or internship interviews, in scholarship applications, college essays, anything like that. As long as you don't just cruise through your gap year without challenging yourself to do much of anything, your experiences will make you a more well-rounded and employable person. I also want to bring up that some people take gap years for financial reason because college is really expensive, and so they want to save up some money before they enroll, and that's still a valuable experience. Even if you think, oh, I'm just working at a part-time or a full-time job, it shows college is your work ethic, and it shows that you are responsible and that you have experience working in the real world. That was a lot of talking. So those are my 6 reasons why I do not regret taking a gap year one bit. Now I want to talk about some cool opportunities for those of you who are watching this and might also be considering a gap year. So, Gap Year Exploration Month is a way to get the word out about gap years through in-person gap year fairs, as well as a bunch of webinars to teach you about the process of planning for a gap year and different programs that you can participate in during your gap year. The Gap Year Association is having 2 contests, so one for students who are about to embark on their gap year, and then the other one for gap year alumni. Literally, all you have to do for each one is make a short video, post it on social media, and you might win $500. There are also 2 other scholarships that I've linked below. Both of them are $3,000 prizes, and there's a total of 12 scholarships up for grabs. I wish I had known about this while I was planning my gap year, but maybe it is not too late for you, so please take advantage of this opportunity if you are at all considering taking a gap year. So yeah, the links to everything that I talked about are in the description. Please use the resources, and if you have any questions about gap years and you want some advice from me, I'll try my best. Feel free to reach out on Instagram or by email or anything like that. Thank you so much for watching this. Please give it a like if you found it helpful and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week. Bye!